morning. I'm Dave Shipman, the Vice President of the John F. Peto Studio Museum in Island Heights. Today is October 26th. We're about a month into construction on the new addition that we're adding to the Peto Museum. So let's go inside and we'll take a look around. So this will become the main exhibit gallery space for rotating exhibits in the museum. The thrust behind this addition was for handicapped ADA accessibility. Right now, the museum has its rotating exhibits on the second floor up an old set of century-old stairs, and now this will be completely accessible to people with disabilities. So this main gallery, as you can see, is quite large, and it's got this wall here. Will break through to the historic part of the museum. So where these three windows are, you'll be able to access what we call the sunroom or the education room, which will then be one contiguous space here. The former kitchen of the museum is just to my left through these windows. This wall will become solid space now, so this entire room can be walled exhibit space. We'll have museum-appropriate lighting added into the ceilings to highlight all the paintings. We deliberately put only 2 windows in this room to allow for more wall space. This opening here to the east of the building will be French doors, which will lead down into the Peto Gardens. And if you come over to this corner of the gallery space, this is where the handicap accessibility lift will be. It'll be a small lift which will allow wheelchairs to get from the reception room of the museum up approximately 3 feet and then into the space. So for the first time since the opening of the museum, the entire main floor of the museum will be handicapped accessible. So let's keep moving. We'll go down these temporary steps, which is where the handicap accessible lift will be. And we're adding a small gallery kitchen here. It's just about 10 feet wide. It'll be a fully equipped kitchen for catering events at the museum. You'll have 2 east-facing windows, 1 north-facing window. This wall here, which is currently fully enclosed, will open up into the main reception room. So you'll bring light in from the east into what will become the main reception room of the museum. So this will allow access into the kitchen and for the handicapped accessibility into the gallery. So this addition was designed by George Thompson, an architect in Island Heights who's been a dear friend of the museum for many years, and is being built by Richard Yetman, a contractor from Island Heights who lives just a few doors from the museum. And honestly, we couldn't, as the board of the museum, we couldn't be happier with the design and with the status of the construction. So we thank both George and Richard for that. The museum is expected to be completed in late March, early April. So far, we're on track to do that. So depending on the weather this winter, we're pretty confident with that. And as far as fundraising, we're fairly confident with fundraising. We've raised about 80 to 90% of the funds needed to complete the museum. We still need about another $50,000 to put all the finishing touches in place. So anyone doing this that hasn't yet made a donation, please feel free to do so by reaching out to the museum or on the website. And thank you in advance for that.